What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of my new career mode. This is episode number 17, and we start today's episode off with a scout report here from our youth scout currently based in Italy. He's already picked up a couple of players, and he's also picked up another one here as well called Armando Arini, I think that was, and also Lorenzo Motta. Both of these players are going to go into our academy. The others got rejected, and we're going to sign these two players, and hopefully they'll turn out to be okay. Actually, I think I stalled this one. Actually, did I stall it, or did I accept it? No, stalled him. But regardless, we accepted a goalkeeper anyways for our academy, and right now there's 3 youth players are in our academy. That one's getting watched closely a little bit more, and we've also promoted our scout future star. I do want to get some good youth players in this series, but as I mentioned before, because this series has started late into FIFA 15, we're not going to run too many seasons, and so they won't get too much game time. Obviously, youth players nowadays don't tend to do as well often. So, yeah, I don't know how well these players will do. I don't know whether they'll, even play too many minutes for the first team. But even so, I'd like to get them some game time for Torino regardless. And I'll try and get a few youth players into this Torino side before this series ends. Regardless, we take on Roma for the first game of today's episode here as Roma come and take us on the Stadio Olimpico de Torino. Now, obviously, they will decide to knock us out in the TIM Cup quarter-final stage. So, we weren't really fussed about that. But regardless, we took them on here at home. The first chance fell in 26 minutes. Danilo goes down the right hand side and drills in a cross, and Quagliarella has one of the misses of the season. He was picked out of the far post there, unmarked, free shot from about 4 yards out, and he somehow managed to miss the target. So still Torino 0, Roma 0. In the 41st minute, he was retained possession. The first half was pretty much all about this, just a possession. Neither side was really capable of getting too many chances on the boards. Both sides are defending quite well, but this chance comes here as Gabbiadini plays it through towards Quagliarella. He plays it through towards Nicola Muri down the left hand side, takes it round Jovini with a fake shot, crosses the ball in. Quagliarella wins the header, but it goes just off target and behind for a goal kick. So still Torino 0, Roma 0. Both chances in the first half coming to Quagliarella. And the final chance at the half would also come to Quagliarella here after some nice build-up. Florenzi gets on the ball. Step overs around his man. Does pick out Fabio Quagliarella. Fake shots around his defender and shoots, but De Sanctis makes the save. And Roma get the ball away. So not too many chances in the first half, but the ones that were falling in the game were coming to us. In the 55th minute though, Roma had themselves a free kick, and Giuseppe Rossi and Strootman play a 1-2 with one another. And eventually Strootman does head this ball just over the bar and behind for a goal kick. So still goalless in this game 10 minutes after the restart. And just past the hour mark here, Roma had another good chance here as Jovini goes down the right hand side. The former Arsenal man takes it around his defender, then beats Florenzi as well down the right hand side, swings it across towards Ibarbo, whose header is well saved by Padelli as he turns it behind for a corner. So still Torino 0, Roma 0. And one of the final chances of the game would fall here in the 79th minute. Gabbiadini finds Danilo, who strikes from range, but the shot goes harmlessly over the bar and behind for a goal kick. And it was how the game would finish as well. So we drew away against Atalanta. We now draw here at home to Roma as well. Back-to-back goalless draws. Not a good feeling for a side who've been scoring so many goals all season long, but as you can see, it wasn't the best of games. Despite us having 8 shots and 3 on target compared to Roma's 4 on 2, most of the shots were falling from outside the area. Astori is my man in the match for Roma. He was really solid at the back, and that was the big problem for us, really. We couldn't actually break down Roma, get into the area too many times. Whenever we did, we just couldn't really put the ball in the back of the net and get ourselves the opening goal of the game. Neither side was capable of doing so, and that's why it finished as a 0-0 draw. So not good to have back-to-back goalless draws. You can see by the league table there, we are still just 2 points behind Juventus with 8 games to go. So things tightening up right now, and of course this is the last game before the biggest game of the season as well against Juventus. That comes directly after this one as we take on Sassuolo away from home. So coming into this game, really, really nervous because we need to keep on putting the pressure on Juventus right now and make sure they won't extend the gap to 5 points ahead of us going into that meeting at the Stadio Olimpico di Torino. So we do take on Sassuolo for the second game of today's episode here. And the first chance fell in the 6th minute, and we won a penalty as well as Danilo got taken down the right-hand side. He comes inside the area, drills in across to the centre, and it was Lazarevic, the Sassuolo number 30, who slides in. But we've seen this many times before, and I say it every now and then when it happens. I always think that it's not actually the defender trying to take down the man, but actually trying to block the either cross or shot. This one was a cross. I didn't really think it was a penalty. Now, if this is the first career mode of mine you've watched, then you won't know this, but if it's not the first, then you'll know whenever we win a penalty and we're not too sure about it, we'll chip it down the middle, give the goalkeeper a fair chance of saving it. We did the same for this one as well, but the goalkeeper dives to his right hand side and Poloski makes it Sassuolo 0, Torino 1, as we take an early lead in this game. So don't get me wrong, you can definitely make a case for it being a penalty, but you know, my general rule is if I'm not 100% sure, we'll chip it down the middle just to make it fair. That's what we did there, and Poloski scores anyway to get his 20th goal in the Serie A this season. Absolutely fantastic. In the 10th minute, there was a great chance for Sassuolo to equalise, but this shot by Tyder goes harmlessly over the bar and behind for a goal kick. So still Sassuolo 0, Torino 1. And in the 15th minute here, as Martinez finds Poloski, he takes the ball over the halfway line, step overs around his man and plays it back towards the Venezuelan. Martinez fake shots around Rossini, beats him for pace, goes through and beats the last defender with a double step over and shoots, but he goes just wide of the post and behind for a goal kick. So still 1-0, and Martinez getting a rare start in this game. I decided to drop Quagliarella as he hasn't really been doing the job of late. Put in Martinez, and as you can see in the 33rd minute, he gets played forward here. He blitzes past the defender, gets around the goalkeeper, pops it into the back of the net as well. And that's exactly why Martinez, I like him as an impact sub to run at the tired legs. But even right from the first minute, he can be a real force when going forward because he's got so much pace, so much agility. Seems really well balanced as well. And as he beat the last defender there, I just quickly flick the right stick, and as you can see, he turns on the afterburners. No one's going to catch him. Goalkeeper hesitates, goes round him, and also keeps his composure and finishes the ball into the back of the net. So the Venezuelan gets his 6th goal in the Serie A, and it's Sassuolo 0, Torino 2. So getting a start in this game, trying to show me that he deserves a start in the derby della ahead of Quagliarella, and maybe he'll get one. Still, from kickoff in the second half, Poloski went on a really nice run and almost scored his 2nd goal of the game. Sadly though, that shot went just wide of the post and behind for a goal kick, but in the 53rd minute, a great chance for Sassuolo to get themselves back in the game. Peluso goes down left hand side and finds Maganelli down the left hand side, takes it around Maximovic, crosses the ball towards Berardi at the far post. His volley goes into the ground, but then Padelli makes the save and turns it behind for a corner. So still Sassuolo 0, Torino 2. And in the 57th minute here, as Poloski's hustling the defender, he wins it back off him. The number 5 falls to the ground as Poloski runs past him, gives it inside towards Martinez, who already has 1 goal, plays it back inside to Poloski, who also has 1 goal. He's denied his 2nd goal by a good shot by the good save by the goalkeeper. However, what followed that was a real stroke of luck, and when you've had 2 goalless draws in a row, it's always nice to get a little bit of luck, isn't it? So I'm not entirely sure what the Sassuolo player was trying to do there, but he didn't do a very good job of it as he heads the ball past his own goalkeeper into the back of his own net, and it's Sassuolo 0, Torino 3. So it was going to be put in by Gabbiadini anyway, so he had to try and get ahead to the ball and get the ball away, but even so, it just went straight into the back of his own net. Didn't even go close to either post trying to get the ball away for a corner. Really poor defending, and it's just a really bad own goal. So Sassuolo 0, Torino 3. Padelli then made a really good save, but after that it was pretty much all Torino. Sassuolo ran out of steam really, and as Quagliarella finds Poloski here, Poloski back heels towards Darmian. Darmian off the bench sprints past Tyder, goes down the right hand side, picks out Quagliarella, also off the bench, and after he step overs around Achabi, all he has to do is pop the ball into the bottom corner, and he succeeds in doing so. So he got dropped for this game, Quagliarella, 3 poor performances, but he comes off the bench here to score the goal and make it Sassuolo 0, Torino 4. The team celebrated as if he'd scored the winning goal. It was the 4th goal of the game in a blowout, but even so, Quagliarella scores, always nice to see, and he's given me a bit of a selection dilemma, because in this game I was thinking, yep, that's the case, Martinez has scored in this one, coming in for Quagliarella, he definitely deserves to start the derby della Mole, but I was thinking, now Quagliarella's come off the bench to score this one, with his first shot of the game, maybe Quagliarella should be starting the derby della Mole. It's going to be an interesting choice, regards to see who I partner with Poloski in that game, and that is the next one in the next episode. But regards to the final chance did fall to Sassuolo right from kickoffs. They went down the right hand side, eventually Sansoni takes it around his man and picks out Misiroli, back towards the man out wide here, the number 11 takes it around Florenzi, keeps hold of the ball, swings it across, and Padelli, who was having a pretty solid game, almost gave away his clean sheet there, but thankfully did manage to palm the ball away and keep it at 4-0, and it was how the game would finish as well. Sassuolo 0, Torino 4, so a really dominant win after 2 goalless draws in a row. That's exactly what we wanted. Really clinical performance, a much deserved win as well in my opinion. Even though stats will say we only had 6 shots in the game, that to me was rubbish. I swear we had a lot more than that, and as you can see, Poloski was my man of the match, scored the opening goal of the game through a penalty, also forced out a 3rd goal if you will, and was pretty good all round in the entire game. Regardless though, that does end the episode guys, so as always, big thank you for watching the video. Really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed today's episode of my new career mode, then please do leave likes, it's much appreciated and it really does help my channel out. As you can see, going into the next game, in the first game of the next episode, 7 games to go at the top of the table. Juventus top with 67 points, we're second with 65. What a huge game that is going to be in the Derby della Mole, the second one this season. Whoever wins could go on to win the title. But that does end the episode guys, so thanks very much for watching. Don't miss the next episode, and I'll see you for that one very soon. And yes, today we start the episode off with the big one. It's the second derby della of the season as Juventus take us on here at the Stadio Olimpico de Torino. As you can see, 7 games to go, just 2 points separate first place Juventus and second place Torino. This is without doubt the biggest game of the season. Whoever wins this has the best possible chance of going on to win the title. If we win, we overtake Juventus by 1 point. If Juventus win, they open up a 5-point gap.